What's up YouTube? Today we're going to be learning how to make a simple signature in Photoshop. So let's just go ahead and jump into this. First thing you're going to do is create a new document in Photoshop by hitting File, New. We're going to name this Signature. And as for the sizes, I'm going to do 400 by 150. That's width 400, height 150. Then all the other settings default, 72 resolution, RGB color, 8-bit, and background contents we're going to do white. Yeah, so then click OK. Let the document create. Oh gosh. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is unlock the background by double clicking it. Go ahead and call it background. Secondly, I'm going to go ahead and change the background color to a grayish, something like that. Using the paint bucket tool to fill it up. Just if you don't see the paint bucket tool and you see this tool right here, then you're going to want to hold your mouse down on it, move it over, and select paint bucket tool. Now that you have that, you're going to want to select a render. What a render is basically a picture of something, an object, like any object or any person, but it does not have a background. So I'll show you an example of a render. Right, effects, renders. Here's some of my renders. I'm going to use this render right here. As you notice when I open it, wait for it to load up. As you notice when I open it, it has no background. The background is transparent. So that's what a render is. So what you're going to want to do is going to create a new project. Just select your moving tool, hold down your mouse on it, and drag the render to this project. It's going to be a lot bigger, so hold down Alt and scroll out. Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to hold down Control and hit T. Now you're going to want to hold down Shift and drag him smaller like so. And hit the check at the top right and just kind of move him into place. Like this. Now, you're also going to want to use your eraser tool and just remove any outside dirt. Like, I don't know if you can see this right here. That right there. Just use your eraser or your Mark Q tool, which is this, and just select it and hit delete. Now that you have that, just place your render in place, and we're going to want to duplicate the render. Just go over here to your layers, hold down Control and tap J a few times. I'm going to do it 3 times. Now this little eyeball beside the layers, you're going to want to deselect all those except the bottom one. Now what you're going to want to select is your blur tool, which is this tool right here, smudge tool, my bad. And you're just going to want to smudge the outside like so. It does not have to be anything too fancy, just try to make it pretty constant. Like, see how that's kind of pushed out? I want to kind of, push that back in. Also the middle, just kind of swirl it around and get it really blurry. Now you're going to go to your next layer and put the eyeball on it, and you're going to do the same thing, same exact process. Now that you have that done, you're going to want to do your next layer, undo the eyeball on it. Now the second layer, I'm going to go ahead and name these 2, 1, 3, and 4. The second layer we're going to want to set to something like soft light, just kind of whatever looks fancy. Vivid light looks really nice. Just kind of scroll through these. That looks really cool. We'll do something. We'll try. You know what? We're gonna go with vivid light, which is this one. Now, what you're gonna do on the third layer is you're gonna want to go to filter, blur, and radio. Radio blur. You're gonna want to set the amount to 100 and the blur method to zoom and quality to best. Hit OK. Now for your last layer, you're gonna want to turn it on, and this should be your finished result. For your third layer, you can always, play around with the layer styles. Difference looks quite nice. I'm gonna go with difference, just because it's darker. Oh, my bad. Now what you're gonna want to do is go to your fourth layer. You want to double click it. This is gonna open up the layer styles. For my renders, I always like to add a stroke, and I like to set the stroke size to 1. When doing a stroke, you always want, like, in a render, you're gonna notice like these little lines on the outside. For these, you're gonna want to, that's just like little stray lines that are in the render. Just select these with your marquee tool and delete these like so. I'm sorry for the background noise. I apologize. So there we go. That's how you get rid of those. Another thing I like to add is a drop shadow. It helps it look just really legit, and like it was built into the signature, and like it just hasn't been stapled on. I mean, you can play around with these settings. Emboss looks quite nice sometimes, as long as you don't overdo it. So maybe something like that. Okay. Now next you want to do outer, what do you want in the background. Best for these is graphics packs. You can get those off anywhere off YouTube. In this case, I'm going to use. I want to put some glass in here. Some broken. Wait, we have glass somewhere, or I thought I did. Oh well. I'm just going to open up a GFX pack here, and try to find something pretty fast. Something like this is nice. I mean, you can always load a couple in here. I'm gonna load this one here. Wait for it to open up. Put it like that. You're gonna want to put it on the right above the background, and you're gonna want to set it to something like overlay or screen, and throw the opacity down to really, really low. Something like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and add one more here for time's sake. We're going to add grungy patches. Move this in here. I'm going to scale it down just so it kind of adds the overall effect a little bit better. And put that right there. Set that to screen and lower the opacity. So there we go. Now lastly, you're gonna put the text in. This is one of the most important parts because it kind of brings out, what the signature is showing. Uh, One of my favorite fonts is the Stereo Funk. Um, fonts. That's one of the main parts. There's a couple fonts I'd like to recommend. Is the Linkin Park font and the Stereo Funk font, and the Tron font. Those are all nice fonts, and also Officer X is a great font. So those are all worth a try. For this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the Stereo Funk font. With a blue, you're gonna want to choose a color that's on the render. So I'm gonna choose this blue that's on his glove, like that. Dang, like that. Hit the check, move it over. Control T for transform. Drag it down while holding Shift, and Control T, select the edge and click it like that. Now for fonts, one thing you're going to want to add, first you want to double click it for the layer styles. I like to add a stroke of, actually that 3 look really nice. We'll put a 3 on this. Also, if you want to get really technical and add a gradient overlay, you can always do this. Choose a color that's on his glove, we'll say that blue, then choose another color that's close to that, and we'll say that blue. Have this blue take over. There we go. Oh gosh, I just screwed up. Okay. There we go. Another thing, you're definitely going to want to add a drop shadow like this. I like to put the distance up, spread up, and size up. And outer glow. Just turn the spread up and turn the size up. Turn the opacity down, size up, like that. And there you have it, basic signature in Photoshop. You can always, play around with these settings, use different backgrounds, different grunges. Just play around with it and get the, what's your taste and what you like. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.